Now the difference is that in some regions, and gets tricky across regions of the world, and to show you parts of this website, I've got to use a VPN to show you where I am in the world. So this is not readily available everywhere. Now that's in fairness, full disclosure here. But what you're able to do is you can hold an account with fiat currency in the US dollar, euros, etc. Or you can have one of the major stable coins, whether it's USDC, USDT, Bitcoin, etc. You can have that as your account and then just go to the store and buy with your crypto. It's pretty interesting, and there are some fantastic rewards, I have to admit here. So let's take a look. Let's go back to the screen here. So here we are. Here's the coin. Now, some people get 10% cash back. Now, typically it's 2%. This is an introductory offer. But 10%, that's a pretty big jump back. I think it's only for a couple months. Let me just check here. Yeah, lifestyle spending, very specific. It's, for the first month, lifestyle spending, whatever. But that's pretty big. You have to have a couple of steps on how you unlock it and you earn crypto cash back. So there are ways to get it, but 10% is a lot. There are lots of new financial instruments that give you these tremendous rewards. This is one of them. Pay anytime, anywhere with crypto or fiat. This is what's interesting. Now, there is a digital version of this, and there's also an analog card that you can use and swipe like you're familiar with any other debit card. Now, here's where the specifics are. So you can use fiat currency, specifically the dollar. I believe you can use euros as well in certain parts of the world, but it's definitely the US dollar. But the crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, USDT, all of the major stable coins, you can use them and just hold a reserve of that, which is interesting. There are 100% rebates with Netflix and Spotify, and I didn't look into that, but again, these are specific to the credit card. These are credit card rewards, which you have to kind of decide if it makes sense for you from a financial standpoint. But the crypto part is the thing I really want to kind of focus on here. So let's just check here. Fees. Here we go. Let's check out these fees. This is, I think, the important part. I want to hit this before we close out here. So the breakdown of the fees. This is from the FAQ from the website. Foreign exchange fee is 1% on top of MasterCard's exchange rate. Again, when you're out of country, things get wild because there are exchange rates. The processing fees are a little bit different. Crypto conversion fee is 0.9%, just under 1%. That's going to be on top of spot trading fees, which also that kind of depends on what you're doing. But that's pretty standard, the 0.9%. There is no annual fee. There's no inactivity fee, card cancellation fee. Those should be standard. I can't believe that they use that as a selling point. I think that should be pretty standard no matter what kind of account that you're in. You $5 for a physical card for replacement, not for the first one, and a 2% on ATM withdrawals, and that's probably going to be on top of the conversion fees as well. And how much cash back will I get? Between 2 and 10%, right? So that's what a lot of people look at. What are the conversion fees? How can we offset some of the conversion fees when you're trading from your cryptocurrency to your fiat currency? You kind of want to maximize that, but I thought this was very interesting because it is a way. If you are one of those people who wants to go full crypto, but obviously the hard part is you can't carry it with you because by its very definition it's digital and it's in the digital world. So you can't just pay with cash. Some people on the fiat side, all they do is pay with cash. They don't use credit cards. They don't use any sort of plastic. They don't use digital. There are people who bury their money in a mattress or in a tin can in the backyard or whatever, right? So there are extremes in each sense, and it's hard to do that with crypto. But if you want to, this is another tool in your toolbox. So I'm not recommending it, but it's possible that it might be for you. And if so, check it out. And if it's not this particular card, just know that there are lots of ways out there that you're able to use cryptocurrency and digital currencies to, kind of use it in everyday life. It's becoming much more accepted, much more mainstream, which is a good thing. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this card. What about the progression of cryptocurrency into normal life? Will it be the future? Is fiat going away? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's start a conversation. This is a community after all. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. So until next time, thank you for watching.